we should lead with something fun, like music. Hey, Danny D'Angelo. We're doing a lot today. A lot. I'm going to review one of my own live landlord calls. We're going to make a live landlord call. I'm going to cry about some things without real tears. And most importantly, I'm going to answer your questions. We're also going to make some of the things that we see on Facebook. That should be a lot of fun. Please bear with me, because you know me, I am not so goodly at the interwebs. Super Chat members, jump in. Stream settings. Yeah, we're public. This is it. We're doing it. I'm excited. In order to know that you're here, make a comment. Say hello. Tell me where you're calling from. And as always, if you know the rules of the channel, they're really my rules. Try not to be an idiot. Rule number 1. If your YouTube moniker is SnickelFritz78, do me a favor and start with your name. Hi, this is Mary from Alabama. My question is, have you ever dated a woman named Mary from Alabama? Because I think I recognize you from college. Got it? Good. I am trying to check a lot of things on the YouTubeinator right now because I had some issues. I got a new phone. I do get a lot of new phones. Every time there's a new ePhone, I grab it. Well, here's the way it works in my house. Not a big audiophile. I'm not a big computer person, but when the new one comes out, I get it, and then we put all my information on it, and then all the phones get passed down. So my wife gets my old phone, and all 3 of my daughters get subsequently the older phones. Now, that works well for us. Sometimes we don't get in directly and do it, but now I find out that I can't use this phone and bring you guys in on phone conversations right now with the system I have in place, so I had to plug it in. Why do you say all of this, Danny? There's that word again. Well, because I had a pretty good live call yesterday, and I had an inkling that the audio wasn't working. By the way, let me know in the top chat, in the live chat, your questions. You're the biggest part of this. That reminds me of a song. You guys are the biggest part of this. So I want to communicate directly. Hopefully Jonathan came over. We had a premiere video. Now I'm going to critique one of my live landlord calls, uncut and uninterrupted, other than doing that if I can catch my curse words. If I can catch them, I'll beep them. But not for your benefit, but for the YouTubeinator's benefit, because the YouTubeinator, they push my channel down. However, I won't be fake with you guys. I like to say I'm cursing to be emphatic, right? But the truth is, it's not a habit for me. Sometimes I just need to be emphatic and say, filled foul, filled foul. But YouTube doesn't like it. So, fake guru after fake guru. I should probably make that faster. So it goes fake guru, fake guru, fake, fake, fake. Fake guru after fake guru is getting clicks and likes and stuff and things. And if that upsets you, just like my channel a little more. Push it to other people. None of this is about the channel. It's about the real information. All right. Lots and lots to do. And stay here because we will be doing a live landlord call. How's the audio sound, by the way? because I had to revamp a lot of my stuff in my Rodecaster board and my Streamlabs setup. I'm not happy. We fear change, right? I figured out that if my computer gets turned off, I can make everything work, and that's hard enough for me. And what's with computers anyway? Let's have a rant. You know, you buy a hammer and the thing lasts forever, or somebody steals it if you buy a good one, made in USA, right? Not going to break a hammer. Okay. Occasionally it happens. But that's a tool. This computer is a tool, but every year it's going to say, you know what, I'm not going to work anymore, or I've become obsolete. Something you got to deal with. Is it built in? Let's get to the conspiracy theories, shall we? I have 60,000 followers on this platform. All right. Those followers come and go, and you louts that are here concurrent and live, I'm imploring you, ask your questions. It's important to me. I follow a lot of channels, people that talk about cigars and watches and builders, because those are things that I enjoy, off-gridders. I don't really comment, but I know how much it means to them when I do. So occasionally I drag my ass into the comments, and I'll say something. Hey, your dog looks like an off-duty foreman. Whatever. It means a lot to creators. It's a big deal to do this. Those of you who know me, and I mean my clients, you know that I don't do this for money. That seems odd to newbies. Oh, everybody does everything for money. You don't know that. You don't know the details. If I was doing this for money, I wouldn't use curse words. Think about that. I wouldn't get the greatest compliment that I get, which is that you're real, Danny. You're real. All right, without further ado, let me see if I can make this thing work. I am going to bring up a live call from yesterday. It's not live now. And I must apologize. The audio, I'm going to go into this, this video right now and put this, make a comment. I know the audio on the, what do we call the video we're watching? On the video we are viewing is echoing. Thanks. Now, I'm writing that for newbies that pop in here and they say, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. I'm aware. My editing team assures me that they can remove the echo, but I want you to see the video from yesterday. I'm doing this for you. Now, I'm posting that and I'm pinning that. Let's see how many people tell me that it's echoing horribly. Let's make fun of the newbies as they come in. All right. I am spinning several plates, ladies and gentlemen. I need, somebody needs to find me the piece of music and email it to me. Danny@freelaundromat.com. You know, when you're spinning plates. There's that word again. How do I whistle and talk at the same time? Try not to be an idiot. Yeah, I know. So many amazing tricks. All right, without further ado, it's ado. Here's the video we're going to watch together and critique. Nested scene. I'm going to turn on my desktop top audio. This should be good.
Hello, this is Brian.
Hey, Brian. Danny D'Angelo calling on the Laundromat spot over here. Understand you spoke to my partner, Brent. This is on McCart Avenue. I'm going to turn on the captions, you guys. And this is automatic captions from YouTube. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm going to critique this call and talk about what goes down here. Reason being, let me explain. This all came from an inference from a TikTok. I do have TikTok. My TikTok is 100% short videos. You've seen my short videos where I take a 45-minute drag down, drag out, drag, where I take a drag queen, no. Try not to be an idiot. Knock down, drag out, there it is. Mixed metaphors. You've seen my short videos where I have a knockdown, drag out fight, and it's 45 minutes long, and I predominantly turn that into my favor, i.e. your favor. Negotiating is what I do. If you're a poor negotiator, your life is going to go in a very odd direction, kids, my opinion. Or is it fact? When I make a short video, it's the funny part of that. And many times the funny part of that is me telling some landlord or the landlord's agent or the landlord's cousin that they are dumb. And they hang up the phone on me. That happens a couple times a day on a good day. Get your juices flowing a bit, right? There's that word again. I know, I have to pick a word. Negotiate. There's that word again. That'll be the word. So this individual decided to say, I have never seen this guy make a deal. Well, when you're watching TikTok, you've got a choice of the dozens of fake guru individuals on there that are saying, watch me collect quarters, and I'm going to be at next month's laundry event teaching you how to buy a laundromat. Dirty, dirty words. Dirty words. Right now, you're about to see what happens to people that buy laundromats. So this guy got my dander up just a bit. And I was going to talk about it on yesterday's live video that you're looking at me looking at right now. Wait, where is it? It's over here. I don't know which way to point. It's over here. Okay, now I got it. I have to point at a spot on my desk. It's over here. It's me negotiating. There's that word. All right, I hope somebody's having fun because I know I am. It only takes one. This video was a letter of intent. What was yesterday? Tuesday. 3 yesterday, 2 on Monday. That's 5. 1 in South Texas today. That's 6. We're going to try to make a live in Michigan call today, which will likely be 7. I'm doing dozens of leases with you guys a month. But I don't always drag my ass out, have a shower, and get in front of this camera because I don't do this for a living. What do you suppose my YouTube channel earns? Take a wild guess at a guy with 60,000 followers. It's not about the money, not at all. The biggest compliment I hear is you're a real guy, and that stems from not playing the corporate game. Good afternoon, this is Danny. How may I help you? People do the same thing over and over again because they have no personality, they have no character. They're fearful of what might happen if they change or do something different, okay? The life of the party doesn't have to be a guy with a lampshade on his head. He can be quietly sitting in a corner, but you're going to notice a semicircle of folks over there listening to what he or she has to say. Tell me how this sounds, because it's probably not fantastic. My desktop is turned on. I know that it's doubling, so I apologize. But I want to make sure it's loud enough.
Yes, sir.
Sir? No. Never sir. Been doing laundries for a while, and this is sort of our MO. We go out and scout these existing locations, normally sneak in, do some laundry, nobody stops us. We're happy to have a customer or two. And when we see room for improvement, we want to reach out to you see if and when we might be able to discuss a long-term lease and then spend a bunch of money on equipment. I'm here to get a leg up because we're not buying the business at any price. We're also not building it on the street corner and hoping people will come in and then end up with that massive downside. At the end of the day, it's worked pretty well, and we're looking to do it again and again, depending on timing, et cetera. Sad news, Brian, a lot of these guys, they think this is picking up gold out of the streets, and they don't really serve the consumer. They don't run the laundromat well, they run the equipment into the ground, and we end up here. So I think that's... Now I'm going to stop this for a second. I'm going to explain, okay? I want you guys to jump into the comments. That's pretty much it. Especially if you're new. Preaching to the choir is great fun, but I want to talk to the newbies. My client, I used to call them students, I don't know, student client. My client was where you are. Wanted to do something different and better, wanted to own a business, wasn't sure what business to own. 20-year-old kids can get off their hump and go out and do anything. They can decide to go to college to get a degree and get a $300,000 a year job, get a fat dog and a fat cat and a fat wife. More money, more car payments, bigger house. God bless you. They can decide to start their own company. But if they don't make a decision in their mind's eye how to get out from under the hourly rat race, they'll never earn substantial wealth. I've got nothing to do but BS with you guys today, so we're going to go on a roller coaster. We are reviewing the live call from yesterday with the crap audio. We're going to make a live call, so stick with me. But I want you to jump into the chat and ask me some questions. What we are doing is a cold call. My student, client, the lout like you guys, got my silly course, freelaundromat.com. They spent a few $100s on a course that has always been guaranteed. 21 long years I've been doing it, almost 22 now. I always knew I didn't want to be the guy that said, well, let me just throw some on the wall and see what sticks. I wanted to teach and train and mentor you guys into what you really had to do this business properly, the way that I did, the way that others have been doing. There's no secret to this. It's free laundromat because you're not going to buy the business. Period. You're going to understand what you're looking for when you scout existing, horrific, disgusting laundromats with old equipment. Like the video that we just premiered. Were you there for that? How many of you were there for that? Raise your hand. Jump into the fanatical group. People don't know the word fan stems from the root word fanatic. It's a short. The video you're watching with me is a cold call to a landlord's agent. There's Jonathan. Jonathan, what's your question, bro? I'm begging you, louts. Write some queries. I'm here to help. Kill shot. Shit, Jonathan. Jonathan, have you seen my silly course? Yes or no questions? If not, maybe I'll put the 800 number up for you. We'll do all the things today. This is a cold call to an existing laundromat that is operating. It's running. Now, if you made the mistake of buying this business from the previous operator, whether or not it's for sale doesn't matter. The disposition of the laundromat doesn't matter. We are looking for laundromats. That's what we were looking for. Old equipment, Laundromats that have been wrung out, rode hard, and put up wet. Period. Then we call and negotiate. There's that word again. We negotiate with the landlord or his agent, not the operator that's running the business. If it happens to be the same entity, if the operator is also the landlord, so be it. We still talk to them. Yes, Jonathan has seen my silly course. So, Jonathan, what are your questions, bro? Here we go. Been watching your YouTube channel for about 4 months. Understood your concept on not buying a laundromat. So I did that and found a zombie one, and I also found a person to talk to the. All right, you've seen my course. You understand. Jonathan, we're going to talk to you. Lee is in here. Danny, I saw a laundromat in Memphis, had bullet holes. Oh, it's not safe to get. Wrong, Lee. Wrong. As I say in the course, it's never bad enough that we don't want to turn it around. That just gives us another thing to fix. Jonathan says he already has the number for the landlord, but it feels like they want to keep the place. You're saying they, them, he, who, ha, I don't know who you mean. It feels like they want to keep the place. It feels like who wants to keep it? The landlord, the operator, or is it the same entity? You have to use these words. But before I knew you had a course and that you spoke to the landlord yourself, I like your style and would like you to represent me. But all right, dude, you're killing me, bro. Jonathan, you're killing me. All this, YouTube only gives you so many characters, right? Good. Jonathan, you're on the hook. So stay where you're at. You're not at work, right? Washing cars or something. You're going to be able to call in. Okay, Lee, I know it's dangerous. I get it. Or a bad area. I get it. But that laundromat can be brought back like a phoenix, and that's one of the things that we change. Calling the non-emergency number for the police 3 times a day. Whatever you need to do. That community deserves a good laundry. Of course, as always, we will be searching the area for all the other laundromats. We don't just boldly go where no man has gone before because these stores are stores. I talk more clients out of signing long-term leases than, I don't talk anybody into it, than those that do, because I say, all right, everything looks good, but go drive a couple blocks. Go drive a couple miles. You need to do your concentric circles. You can't believe the internet or anyone that tells you anything. Go drive. Well, there's a laundromat killer 2 blocks away. What do I mean? It's a big, beautiful store with new equipment. Well, how did they do it? How did they survive where there's bullet holes in a bad neighborhood? Customers. One customer in your store is your best security. Not some scared little old lady. But any customer. They've got an iPhone. They're a real human being. Are their neighborhoods so bad that we shouldn't ever venture there? Sure, of course. But some 10-year-old bullet hole is not going to scare us away. If laundromats existed in Beverly Hills, then it would be $74 a wash. That's not the way it works. Jonathan, stay where you're at. He says he can talk on the telephone, so that's a good thing. Jonathan, write this number down. No one else call it. I'm going to set up my phone. Oh, this is the toll-free number on the website, okay? But I'm going to flip it to my phone. Jonathan, let me know that you've got it when you have the number written down somewhere. Don't call it yet. I'm lining this up. Jonathan, do you have the number? Come on, Jonathan. There's 10 whole people that are on here live. Come on. Kill shot. He says no. What? I just put it in the comments, bro. No. You mean you don't have a pencil? Use your phone, dude. Save the toll-free number that is in the chat that I just wrote. Please, people, encourage Jonathan. His thing says Desert Treefer 8003. See what I mean? What do? Do you cut trees in the desert? Jonathan, do you have the number writ down? Got it. All right. Thank you. Hallelujah. The reason I say that is because I'm going to remove it from the chat now. No one else call it, including you, Jonathan. Don't call the number. You have it written down. When the time comes, I will let you know. Chef, you're a chef. Oh, good. I think you've told me that before. You can come hang out anytime. Back to what we were doing. I apologize for the audio. We are going through this here video. I'd love to beat you up on the rent and then see if we can't do this for the next 15, because I'm retooling my stores every 7, if that makes any sense.
All right. I presume y'all are, doing it with the top of the line, most modern equipment, technology, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, well, that's a great question. When a landlord, or in this case, a landlord's agent, asks a question, I'm never going to give a one-word answer. That's not how you negotiate. There's that word again. It's a meaningful thing, and you could be a conspiracy theorist, and you might think that they're trying to vet you. They're trying to figure out if you know which end of the cat the poop comes out of, if you want to be a veterinarian. But most people aren't. They're just curious. Don't forget, I might talk to this guy for 45 minutes, and he ends up calling the landlord and talks to him for 1 minute. He's not going to convey everything I say, but he's going to convey a general feeling, isn't he? Hey, this guy knows his stuff. That's what we're doing. He asked me, you're going to be using the top-of-the-line equipment, modernized. Let me give you the answer. Let me go deep baseball for you, buddy. Here's what I mean. Yes, I don't want to try to bring in anything used, because then I'm going to end up in a poor position with my taxes, for one thing. I can only write off new equipment. And you see my eyes darting around there? I'm looking at the photographs that the client gave me in the Google document. This is an existing operating laundromat. This call happened yesterday. I didn't go live because of the audio issues, and I fixed that. And top of the line, a lot of these operators think that the best way is some card reader store, but I have a very learned opinion on that. You and I might think, well, that's a great idea. I'm going to go tap a card, pay on the wall, and then go use the machine. Customers like cash. So we do top of the line, et cetera, but we don't spend an extra $90,000 on a card system. It's easy to be negative, at least for me. I find that that's the case in many things. It's fun to sit at the airport and stare at your phone, but it's more fun to watch the people walking by and say, oh, look at that guy. Look who ate all the Krabby Patties. It's comedy, right? It's one way of doing things. The insult comic dog. The other thing is, I'm not at the airport every day. I can stare at my phone every day. Told you we'd be all over the place with this stuff. You kids out there, you've got to take experiences as they come. The worst part about being dead is the travel, I assume, or lack thereof. So I'm going negative. It's a sales technique. I'm telling him, well, you think top of the line probably means a card tap, but why would I want to spend $90,000 on a system that I don't need and that the customers don't want? I'm educating him. Right now, a day later, this agent is telling the landlord this guy knows his stuff. Will he remember the thing about, hey, do you know what? You think Mr. Landlord, maybe the landlord's his cousin, nephew, dad? You think card readers are a good idea? Well, this guy just educated me. They're not. When that system goes down, you tend to lose your customers and then can't pay the rent. Don't get me started. I bring that back to him. What does he care? Someone comes in and says, I'm going to start a Bernese restaurant. Like, well, what type of food do they have in Burma? Landlord's going to take first and last month's rent in 6 months advance. They might hope that Burmese restaurant takes off. Did I say Bernese? That's Bernese restaurant, weekend at. They might hope it takes off, but they might secretly think it will never work. The Braille dartboard store. Not a great idea. Hasn't been tried. Landlord's going to hedge his bets. Do you think there are nothing but horrible laundromats out there for sale? Yeah. Are there good laundromats? Absolutely. They're not for sale. That's the difference. I'll go off on a tangent about every subject on laundromats if you allow it. He asked one question. I gave him an extensive answer, went negative in one way to do a proper sales and negotiating tactic. There's that word again. And then apologized for it. And listen to his response.
All right. Well, I may allow that to some extent because I'm curious about how things work, but I certainly understand your line of thinking about cash versus electronic payments. Cash is king for a lot of people.
Yeah. They came right out and said the old adage, cash is king for a lot of people. Yeah. I've seen stores across the street, 10-year-old equipment where the operator is working diligently to keep the place running, and it's cash, and it's across the street from a brand new laundromat killer with all new equipment and a card reader store, and the people just don't want to go in there. And there's more to it. It is an additional expense. If you're doing really well and doing a banner business, then you run out of cards, and the cards end up costing you $1.25 to RF chips in them. So there's no way to mitigate that cost. So now every year or so you're spending an additional $10,000 on new cards to give out to customers. And when they lose them, they blame you. That's really bad. This closed captioning sucks a little bit. Well, I lost this card. You must be able to track it somehow. If they lost $10 in the parking lot, they wouldn't blame me. But they do blame me when they lose their card. So, yeah, I did it. Again, what am I doing? I'm foreshadowing the fact that he's going to end up with an excellent tenant. That's all. The biggest fear of my clients, i.e. you, if they do this on their own and they make the telephone call and they try to walk the walk with the landlord, is that the landlord's going to say, let me know where your stores are and how I can visit those stores. Now, I might be giving up the ghost here, but they never ask me that, do they? Rarely. I shouldn't say never. I say X, Y, Z, but I say it in such a way, the truth is, I know from where I speak. And that's why the negotiation, there's that word again, goes well. On a few of my stores, and it was not worth the headache.
All right.
Maybe someday.
Dan, how many stores do you have and how spread out are they?
I've got 36 stores. I keep them as close as I possibly can. Everywhere from Phoenix to Texas to New Mexico. I can send you emails and send you some information. But it's still, my partner and I, there is no way to make a national chain work. It's been tried, and it's just not realistic. Why do I say that? Because I'm looking at the photographs in their mall, they have a national chain and other malls. So I bring up the fact that mom and pop is the way to go. He wants to know the background. How many stores do you have? How are they named? Are they named alike? Why would they be? Why shouldn't they be? Why doesn't it matter? It's good cash business again. There's no way to order equipment, keep equipment fixed, running, operating, I find anyway. And if anybody figures it out, it'll end up being some type of drop-off system or wash, dry, fold to the computer with AI. It's not going to be real laundromats. Real laundromats are brick and mortar business. And right now, we're not buying buildings, but we will ask for first right of refusal on just about any lease. Tap us and say, hey, maybe we're going to sell the strip mall or the building, and maybe we're in the market, maybe we're not. Obviously, right now we're looking to lease.
Okay. All right. Um,
You see me there doing what? Shutting my pie hole. Some say I'm not good at that, but in any negotiation, there's that word again. You need to know when to say your piece. And it's typically when there's a big question. Or when you've said enough. You don't have to do what I did here. If you're in person with someone, you're not going to close your eyes and look at the floor. But if you're on the telephone or making your own YouTube channel, you might do this. It means done. Even if it's an awkward silence, don't just run your mouth for no reason. Everything I say, except for the ums, are there for a reason. Occasionally, I say on a voicemail message. It's there for a reason, because I don't want to sound like I'm leaving messages all day, every single day. Hi, this is Danny. Call me back. My cell phone number is... Little Jim Carrey there. Try not to be an idiot.
so this space is 5695 square feet. It has changed hands a couple of times over the years.
Now, he's telling me what I don't need to know, but I already am aware of, right? It's 5,695 square feet. This is a big laundromat, kids. Does that scare you? Bigger laundry, more money, period. You're not going to put a kid's playland in there. You're not going to sublease anything. I've got videos about all of this on this very channel. Then he starts to tell me the history of the store. I'll listen. You might get some good tidbits, but I didn't ask. I never say, tell me why this laundry failed.
The operator that had it for...
I'm so glad that the closed captioning shows how many times he says versus me. I'm winning. Less ums.
A long, long time, passed away, left it to his son or nephew. He didn't do near as good a job with it as his father or uncle did.
That's always the case, guys. I don't care if it's a law firm, a dental practice, or a laundromat. You name the business. Someone builds it, pours their heart and soul into it, then they pass away, and it gets handed to someone. Is it ever going to mean that much to the kid or the nephew? Of course not. Now, this is a pain in the ass. I got to go in here every day? Well, that's the way Granddad did it. Not the way Danny does it, not the way you do it. And you don't change that by putting expensive card readers in and electronic locks on the doors. That's what people think. How many stores do you see today that have electronic locks? It's gone away because they don't work. He's telling me the history. You see me typing. This is good because this is a long form, uncut, unedited version of something you will see later. When I do lives like I'm doing right now. This is really me. But we'll edit this. Probably show, which is more entertaining, shots of the store from my Google document from my client. So you guys know what we're looking at. An operating laundromat. It's telling me the history. Now, the funny thing about laundromats, it is not a flower shop or a national chain with overlords that say, well, you're fired, get out, we're going to sell the place again to the next McDonald's operator, and the people with the shorties in the back seat coming through the drive-thru don't ever see anything. They just see fries coming out. What's really happening? They're reselling the franchise again and again because someone won't. You ever go into a national chain that's nasty? It happens. They get booted out. They have to fulfill certain standards. Why wouldn't you do the same in your laundromat? Well, that's what happens. If you paint your walls white, you can take a spray can of touch-up paint and spray over dirt, grime, graffiti, and other G words. Gunk. Instantly. Why wouldn't you do that? Instead, you pick a fun color with your wife, like you're redoing your bathroom, and then you lose the gallon of paint, and then now you got a hole in the wall. All this is in my silly course, freelaundromat.com.
Ended up selling it to the parents, I think, of the current operator, who is not going to renew the lease when it expires at the end of this month, unless...
Ding, ding, ding. We just made a cold call on a laundromat that is operating with customers freely coming and going. No for sale sign, no listing, no hundreds of people lined up saying, I want to buy this laundromat. And here's where the agent tells me, we're not going to renew this lease at the end of the month, unless
he decides to stick around, month to month to try to sell the business.
What would you say? Unless she decides to stick around month to month on a month-to-month lease and try to sell the business, what would you say? Hit me up. Come on. Hit the comments. What would you say?
Sure.
What would you say? I want to know live what you would say next if you're negotiating this lease. There's that word again. Anyone. At the end of the month, the lease is up, and we're going to be bringing someone else in unless she, the operator, wants to, when I was waiting for him to say, spend hundreds of thousands of dollars and retool it, which is what we do, so other people's money, it's called a loan. Let's get with it, people. Free Laundromat isn't free. You think that hurts me? You think that's a dagger to the heart? Kill shot. I know it's not free, but putting pen to paper is. Signing a long-term lease is. Bringing equipment into your laundromat at the proper price and making a profit is free. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Come on, I want to hear from at least one of yous. Wade, it's so rare that when people are right, when I ask them, what would you say? Give me some more comments here, kids, in the live chat. This is live. This is really happening. What the do you think is going on? Landlord says, we are going to boot them out unless she wants to stay month to month and make an attempt to sell the business. Wade says, Wade, by the way, is up in Canada in the Great White North, and he has himself a free laundromat. If you want to follow someone's channel, I think you can just click on Wade's thing, and you can go to his channel, and you can see what videos he has. Oh my goodness. Look at this video that Wade has. 429 views. Obtained this entire laundromat business absolutely
for free.
For free. There's Wade. I don't even believe it my damn self. I'm Danny D'Angelo. I'm all over the YouTube-inator. I'm all over the Instagrams-inators. I don't like TikTok very much because it's Chinese communist trash, but I'm here to tell you, how do I make this bigger? Full screen. I don't know. I bought a laundromat over 20 years ago for obtained this entire laundromat business absolutely
for free.
For free. I don't even believe it my damn self. I'm Danny D'Angelo. I'm all over the YouTube-inator. I'm all over the Instagrams-inators. I don't like TikTok very much because it's Chinese communist trash, but I'm here to tell you, Not that funny. I bought a laundromat over 20 years ago for $250,000. It was for sale for $3. I thought I made a deal. I thought I was doing well. I wasn't. I immediately learned that the equipment in that store, unlike this one, was trash. The policies were wrong. The only thing on the front glass of that store was the phone number. Who needs a phone number when you're standing outside? Everything they did was wrong. The worst thing I could have done was buy it. Now, I'm the kind of guy, even back then, who says to myself, I'm going to make this better. I'm going to make this place successful, no matter what it takes. And I did. Then I realized that I had to go in and negotiate that lease in that existing store and make it better. So instead, I wanted to go after more stores. I would end up doing this 36 times and eventually selling out an empire. Could I just walk away? No, because now you're watching this video on Wade's channel, as small as it may be, trying to see where his followers are,
Thanks, Ed.
because you're interested in laundromats. You're not small, this is a big man. Wade here works for a living. 2 daughters, a beautiful wife, and now a laundromat for free. Well, how's it possible? They met at an arcade. I'll tell you, it's not a secret. Get the guy's silly course. I call it silly because I'm not going to sit here and sell you anything. Start there. All right, anyway, that's Wade's channel. Hello, Wade. He's got a bunch of video game crap on here, and then this one excellent video. We have a lot to get to. A lot to get to. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, kids. True. All right. You guys suck at helping me out with these questions. So back to what we were doing. Back to the video.
But that wouldn't concern you because
I already know what I'm going to say. Here he is. Let's play it again.
do near as good a job with it as his father or uncle did. Ended up selling it to the parents, I think, of the current operator.
Why am I letting him talk? Well, because he's telling us everything that we need to know without asking. Imagine calling a landlord's real estate agent or a landlord direct and saying, "Hello, I'm a laundry professional. I want to own this business. Now tell me everything there is to know about it and its disposition and whether or not they pay the rent on time." Hello? They've already hung up. Instead, tell them what you want to do. Explain to them about your background in business, whether it's laundromats or not, or have me do it. Then they will blather on and on about the disposition of the location every time.
Who is not going to renew the lease when it expires at the end of this month, unless he decides to stick around, month to month to try to sell the business.
Sure.
But that wouldn't concern you because if we strike up a lease with you, then we take the space back and turn it over to you.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. They're very nice when they use the verbiage, right? Take the space back. It's not a forceful thing. What am I going to say? Well, I'll tell you what, I've already formulated it. It's not the same thing every time. It depends on the disposition of the store, the landlord, the landlord's agent. This guy has already established the fact that he wants to know if I know what I'm doing, i.e. you, if this group knows what it's doing, which it does. Little information he didn't have. Everyone assumes card readers are the way to go because that's what we want when we buy ice cream. I'm juggling a bunch of balls here. You're a nice guy. I'm glad to deal with a landlord who wants to keep their tenant in place. I'm not going to implore him to give it to us instantly. I'm going to go the other way. That's good. However, let me caution you. Here it is.
That happened. I appreciate you giving your existing tenant, even though it's a straw purchase after straw purchase, giving them the ability
vacate. Right now they're trying to sell the equipment on Facebook Marketplace, just so you know. There is the hammer. There's what my client told me, not finding this laundromat on Facebook Marketplace, because that's not how we scout, but having found the store, physically walked into it, seen that there's no one working there, and that's one of the indications of failure that's in my silly course. Took a step back, went back to his office, the lieutenant colonel, and typed up, no, that was the live I just did, sorry. And typed in the address. Having seen the laundromat, put the address in and goes, oh, look, it's in Facebook Marketplace. Now I'm keeping that kill shot and that hammer so that I can seal this. What's the word again? There's that word again. Negotiation. And here's where I bring out the big guns.
Yes. If we, strike up a lease with you, that we just we take the space back and turn it over to you.
Yeah, I don't want to see that happen. I appreciate. I'm not pulling up the best video I've ever made. Not even close. This just happens to be the video that I did live yesterday, and then I found out the audio was crap. And I thought, well, here's a good opportunity to go through, which I should do more often. It's in the course several times, to go through a video with you guys and explain what I'm saying. Ask questions about it. What would you say? I am molding this agent's young skull full of mush. I am making his mind up for him. It's not magic. I'm not tickling a certain area. There's no other way you can get out of it.
You're giving your
existing tenant, even though it's a straw purchase after straw purchase,
giving them the ability to
vacate. Right now they're trying to sell the equipment on Facebook Marketplace, just so you know. Will it sell? Usually not.
It's worthless.
It's the last throes of a dying business. And if they were able to sell the business itself for $100,000, well, you'd be stuck with a tenant that doesn't know what's coming around the corner, which is failure. And that's just my advice. And chances are, boys and girls, this operator has tried to sell this business on Facebook Marketplace or on the open market through a business broker. Chances are, I don't know that, because we come into this scene late on. Many times my clients, and I know with my stores, I would keep a finger on that store for years knowing what's going on. But many times my clients come onto the scene, they get my silly course, and immediately it's open the gates. Let's get after this. So they don't have the history to tell. Likely, they tried to sell this business for hundreds of thousands of dollars to the next sucker. And now they've given up on the sale of the business, and now they're trying to sell the equipment. Fire sale. What's it called? Liquidation. Asset sale. What good is a bunch of busted up equipment from an old laundromat that can't even make money in a laundromat in rented space going to do anybody else other than the scrap man? Do you see, guys? This is why I wanted to go through this and explain it. They can't sell. Now, what should they do? Let me see if you know what should they do. What should they do? What should the operator do? What's the best business move for them to make? Let me know.
A lot of leases contingent on the exit of tenants.
I've signed a lot of leases contingent on the exit of the tenant. Now, I'm not being pushy, but I'm telling him, we'll sign a lease right now, today. Is that legal? Of course it is. Our lease will begin on a day, 30 days post exodus of the current tenant/operator. Whenever that happens, the landlord may or may not nudge them and say, look, you're done. You're done. We'll give you 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. We're coming in there and measuring for drapes, right? No, we don't put drapes in laundromats. We take down the horrible steel bars that are keeping all the customers in there like prisoners. And we have glass that you can see out of. Hallelujah. We can sign the thing, and if and when the time comes, and it's 3 days or 3 months, we start swinging hammers. The most important thing is that we can get close to $12 a square foot, especially in such a big space. You might not want to hear that. You might be able to get a bit more from a national chain. Now I'm looking at what their ask is. All right, if memory serves me, this was yesterday, so I think it was $18 a square foot. So I'm telling him, you may be able to get more from a national chain, et cetera, so on. Guys, by the way, you may not know this, there are general rules to commercial leases and the negotiation therein. There's that word again, the general rules. Do you think that a laundromat in southern Texas that has $12 a square foot at a lease rate is the same as the Walmart next door? The laundromat's 3,000 square feet. Walmart is 30,000 square feet. No. A big warehouse space is going to be less per square foot. A lot of that space is dead space. You ever walk behind a Lowe's through those big double doors where they keep all the inventory? They don't really pay for that, at least not much. You could take any word that I say and mince it up and call me a liar, but the truth is they don't pay much. He's about to explain how right I am. Or a restaurant, but in the laundry, I'm going to be, unlike your current tenant or the previous tenants from what you're telling me, I've got massive debt service on the new equipment. And I tend to drag that through the entire lease again, retooling when my tax benefits run out every 7 years. And that's a proper lease rate for a laundry. It shows a lot of these stores going away, but this isn't Beverly Hills. It's a great place for a laundromat. It can obviously help that tide of a new laundry helps raise all boats, as they say.
Yeah. So are you talking about $12 per square foot all in or plus?
No, I can't do anything about your triple nets. Brent tells me it's $500 or $600. That's taxes and death. We can't get away from that.
Yeah, it's $581 per square foot for the triple net.
There you go. $5.81, not per year, but per month.
Okay, so you're talking about $12 plus triple net.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I think that as I told Brett, most of the space.
He didn't say no. When your offer, and I don't make offers, I let them do that. I already know what they're charging for additional space there. That's why I brought it up, okay? This is a cold call that turns into a negotiation where an existing laundromat operator is in place. Guys, don't think for a second that free laundromat is about, I hear this all the time, that's about taking over some busted up laundry that ain't been there for 10 years. No. The preponderance of the stores that we take over through non-hostile negotiation, there's that word, are existing, operating stores. I don't want some busted up yacht up in Central Texas on blocks because I don't know if any of the systems work. I want to buy a yacht that is in running condition in the water.
The center, going for 16 to 18 per square foot.
I did know that.
This is a larger space. Plus, it's a
This is a larger
business
space,
that we recognize.
specialized business.
Doesn't have as high a rent threshold as a lot of retail.
Doesn't have as high a rent threshold as retail businesses.
We're probably talking in a neighborhood where we could work together.
Good. We're probably talking in the neighborhood where we can work together. Cut-a boom, cut-a bing. You don't hear me ranting, raving, screaming, yelling. Will I turn this into a short? No, it's boring. If I turn this into a short video, it's me calling and the guy saying, well, I think we can work together. But then how do I explain to someone Hey, come over to my channel and watch all these boring lease negotiations. There's that word again. People want to see dumping mother orders into barrels. Stupid. Counting quarters. Stupid. They're just tokens. I'll
put something in writing
at that. And I need to look, my finger's up my nose.
We do a 15-year term. What type of abatement can I expect?
We're about to send a letter of intent, so I'm going to ask him, what kind of free rent can I expect? I'm not going to tell him I want 18 months of free rent. Listen to him set himself on fire and jump out the nearest window. I'm going to ask what type of abatement. Guys, why the hell would they boot out their existing tenant and then give us free rent for a year? Why would they? I'll wait for you to comment on that one. You think they wouldn't. You think it doesn't make sense. You think that these landlords swing like Tarzan from one lease to the next. No, they're in it for the long haul. Commercial space is a long haul investment, kids. Unless you buy it to develop it, unless you buy it to raise it to the ground and put apartments in there, and even that short term, because developers build and sell. Commercial landlords hold.
That's a good question. It really.
Now, he's thinking in his mind's eye, I know exactly how much abatement we could give on a 15-year lease. I also know that once or twice we gave far, far too many months and we got taken advantage of. And every now and then, a really moronic tenant won't even ask for any free rent because they don't think any such thing exists when they want to put in their Braille dartboard. He's thinking all of that. This is the negotiation game. There's that word again. What I say next is important. Do I let him just hang himself with words?
Typically, when we look at rent abatements, then we're taking into consideration, obviously, credit of the tenant, the scope of work that he's putting in, how much money he's spending, all of that good stuff. So I would look to you to propose something, and I'll.
Good. Okay. See that? I let him complete his thought and sentence. Put a cherry on top. Credit. If you don't have any good credit, it doesn't matter. Don't think that for a second. When you hear the word credit, if it chills your and you start thinking, oh, I can never own a laundromat, it's not true. What he's saying there is if you have horrible credit, we're not going to give you more free rent. You know what I do? I come on here and I negotiate. There's that word. Wouldn't somebody with terrible credit need more time to get the place running? Yes, they would. How much you're going to spend? We'll put that in writing. Good.
What's your best email address?
It's B Dyer. That's
oh, he's
B,
saying the thing.
B.
Oh, God. That's it, kids. That's it. Oh, there's my course. How nice. You should go to the website, see all the cool shit on the website. Who is this Danny guy anyway? Oh, so little time. So much time, so little to do. Scratch that, reverse it. This is not over, I'm afraid. I had some plans, and I'm following up and following through with those plans. All right, Jonathan, do it. Call me. If any of you are confused, go back and watch the top chat. Read it. I'm waiting on you, Jonathan. Ring me up. Call me up. We're not going anywhere. It's just bumper music. This is the dialing music, Paul. Hey, Paul, little dialing music. And Dave. Jonathan, where are you? Call. Toll-free number, you got it. You wrote it down. You got till the end of this song. I don't think I've ever heard the end of this song. Jonathan, you call yourself Desert Willow Chef, whatever your name is. Call in. Hit it. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Jonathan, if you've got some kind of excuse and you had to go back to chefing, then let us know. Marcus, by the way, you're wrong. Renegotiate the lease term. You're right, we always do that, but that's not what we lead with. That's not how we negotiate. There's that word. I think that's like that word again. 3 times that I missed it. Every time we do one of these fun lives, we're going to pick a word, and then I'm going to say that thing, unless it's a kill shot. Kill shot. Jonathan, what are you doing? Did you write the number down? Come on, people. Go in the live comments and ask Jonathan why he's holding everything up. That's good. You're trying to get me to press the button, huh? I wish the words were negotiate. There's that word again. Why are you waiting, Jonathan? Yeah, tell him, Mark. Mark Hogston. Oh! Hallelujah.
Hello, Danny.
How'd you know it was me?
That voice.
Yeah, that's my voice. Hopefully everyone can hear you 5 by 5. I've had some issues, but I think it's coming through. All right, dude, what's your history with laundries? What do you do for a living? What state do you live in? Those are 3 questions. What's up? What state do you live in?
All right, so I'm calling from California.
Calling me
Palm
from?
Springs.
All right. And what do you do for money?
Well, I live in. I'm a chef.
That's right. You said that. You're a chef. Now, are you a short order cook who flips burgers, or are you a real life chef?
No, I'm a high-end private country club.
Very nice. Congratulations. Pinky out. Chin chin.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, good for you. Your mom is proud.
Sometimes.
Don't be nervous, dude. There's like 6 fucking people on here. Nobody cares. All right, so you hate the chefing so much that you want to change something and make more money for your children's and your families and that other family you have squared away out on the beach that your wife doesn't know about. And so you started looking into opening another business, right?
No, so I do love my career. I love it. But I don't mind making that extra income, that extra side job. As I learned a little bit more about it, at the beginning I thought it was just passive income, but I realized that it's not. So that extra job, extra income more than anything.
Sure. Does your wife work?
She does. She does part-time. She's
She's a what? You dropped off there.
insurance agent.
Oh, all right. Nice. So she has a good job. You have a good career. How many kids?
I have 3.
This is how my consultations go, by the way, Jonathan. You may not know that because you've never talked to me, but we get on the phone and we chop it up, right? And the reason for that, I want to make sure that you're... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
I just want to make sure that you're not a lunatic, and beyond that, that this thing is real for you, right? There's no way on my website you can click and consult with me, right? There's no way on my website that you can click and have me call landlords on your behalf. In other words, negotiate for you. There's that word again. Thought I was going to forget the button. there's no way to bring me on board as a consultant until you've seen the course. You understand that, right?
Correct.
That's for your sake. It's not, what do they call it? A click funnel. It's not that at all. You can't click into anything. It's for your sake. Let's face it, the preponderance of people the preponderance of people that I deal with in the beginning, they watch YouTube and then they go do something else. They fritter off and God knows what they do. They become a senator. I don't know. Or they start watching videos about roadblocks or Roblox. I don't know. The folks that do this,
definitely.
They get the course. And let's face it, most people that get it, they don't do shit with it. They don't do anything with it. Seems weird, right? Because here you are.
Big scare.
Right. Oh, my job's not that bad. Ask yourself, is your job that bad? No, you like work. It's hard work, long hours. Do you drink?
I do. Sometimes.
Never met a chef that didn't.
You
smoke cigars out? You smoke cigarettes out back?
No, I smoke cigars once in a while. I'm not a big smoker.
Smoke cigars once in a while. All right, good for you. Good man. Get that up to 6 or 7 a day. I'll be impressed. So you want more. Let's face it, you want more money. If everything was the same and you were making $600,000 a year, how would life be? Well, shit, Danny, I already make that. Well, good for you.
Well, it would be great, but I don't. Unfortunately, I don't. I don't make that much money.
So I've got some advice for you. Keep the feelers out. A lot of people make the mistake in the job that they're in. They don't understand that it's a just over broke. They don't get it. They're happy because their last job. Have you ever had a job where you went sideways or down? Ever?
I have not. Fortunately, I haven't.
So in your history, in your own history, you've always made more money. You've always gone up the ladder. Why would that be different now? Are you actively searching for a better chef job?
I just got this one 2 years ago, but yeah, it's always about getting better opportunities.
Years. In your own personal history, you've seen. Now, is this a chain or is it a mom and pop restaurant? Oh, you said it's
no, there's.
I heard what you said. It's a resort.
Yeah, it is at the country club.
Are we talking Marriott money or are we talking Joe's Country Club?
No, we're talking more than Marriott money.
Okay. They don't give a shit if you leave. Nobody cares. Your coworkers do.
True.
The cute girl that wears the skirt might care. Don't tell your wife. But you care more about that than she does. If you're in a marketplace job like you, see, I don't need to talk to you about laundromats, Jonathan. Are there headhunters in your field? Yes, there are. You know what a headhunter is?
Of course.
Why wouldn't you go to some headhunters and say, I need this much money to be happy? You ever have any articles written about you with your name in them in the paper?
I actually have.
There you go. I've got 2 marching orders for you, Jonathan. Didn't expect to hear this from me, did you? Number 1, get a headhunter involved in your day-to-day career and tell them you want to move up. And you move up laterally, no thank you. Up means out. I'm sorry. Marriott, you already know what your opportunity, 2 years. How long has your senior been there? How long has the head chef been there?
I think he's been here about 5 years.
Okay. Unless you murder him, and it's only us talking. These are the jokes. It's okay to laugh. Unless you murder this guy, you know, you're never going to advance until he does.
That is true.
I know. I know quite a bit about a few things. So, number 1, better advancement in your career. In your own personal history, it's always happened. Number 2, get some laundromats running. And this is going to require you, how many days off a week do you have? 2?
Yeah, 2.
That's crazy as a chef. 2 days off. Damn. I'll bet it's Tuesday and Thursday. I'll bet they're not right together. I'll bet it's not Saturday, Sunday.
No, I wish. It's actually a Monday and Tuesdays.
No, that's not. That's good. That's good. They didn't split your days. Bro, you're going to tell your wife, kiss her goodbye, and say, honey, I'm going to be killing myself to get this laundromat number 1 open. Okay? Number 2, I am actively working on getting a better job. Head chef. You want to be the guy that's been there for 5 years, even if you have to move, even if it is lateral. Okay? You never know where the advice from Danny is going to land. But the problem is, if you ended up with that better job in 3 days, you'd probably forget all about the laundromat because you're so busy hustling. Don't do that. Substantial wealth in your future, is it there now? Substantial wealth.
It is. And
Doing
I'm a
what you
hustler.
are
That's
doing
why
right now.
I'm never going to stop.
Doing what you're doing now. Do you have substantial wealth in your future?
Yes, but not as much as I would if I had the laundromat.
Well, then I don't understand. How are you going to... Substantial wealth is a serious thing, my friend. We're talking about not having to work for a living. Okay? Not going...
Oh, no, definitely no. No.
Substantial wealth to you might mean something different than the definition of said substantial wealth, okay? I don't say rich because that's silly. There's a guy on the street corner in a tent, certainly not my street corner, but there's a guy on the street corner in a tent saying, I'm a rich man, and he feels that way. Good for him. Great. Substantial wealth.
Yeah, definitely no.
So if you are not on that track, how old are you?
I'm 42.
Time's a ticking, brother. How's your back?
So far, we're still good.
You know those old chefs. You know what happens.
I know it's coming. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That it's time to move. That's why I made that choice. And right now, at the time, I'm still semi young, and the body's still working. So
it sounds like your rec order just showed up. Wait a minute. Yeah, today's a work day.
it is.
I'm going to give you the one question that you wanted to ask here. So shoot, what's up?
So like I was saying, I started watching your reels maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. I wanted to become a laundromat operator about 6 months ago. So I went out, did my research. I saw some of your reels and I understood what you were trying to say. So I went out there and hunting, and I actually found one.
Now wait a minute. You left two things out. Did you give anyone else money? Did you buy any course or buy a pamphlet or when you started looking into laundries?
I actually did give someone else money for a consultation, which is supposed to be representing me, which I feel that that's not happening.
How much money did you give this person?
About $1,000.
You gave $1,000 to some nameless person for a consultation. What does that mean?
Sure.
Did you see a course? Did you read their pamphlet?
Well, I did the sake of going on Facebook and asking for anybody had laundromats for sale before I saw anything on YouTube or your course.
Yeah.
I went that dumb route, and she answered, "Oh, I have one for sale." So we started talking, and I explained to her where I was at, what the location I was located, and she also said that she negotiated. So that's how everything started.
So you gave what first name is Hannah. We can name names. It's YouTube. What?
I have no idea what her name is.
You don't even remember her name. Okay. What does she look like?
Well, it's been that bad. I know she's based out of New York.
Out of New York?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Because we did speak once on the phone.
Well, her phone number is meaningless. It could be a cell phone number. Look,
Yeah,
I'm not trying to
actually like a WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Yeah. So WhatsApp is going to be any type of number. How do you not know her name?
I think her name is Cassandra. Well, her name is Cassandra.
Okay. What social media did you
And
see?
she mentioned she owns Facebook.
Okay. And she said she owned what?
So she mentioned she owns Laundromat. So I was like, all right, cool. She knows what she's doing. So she was like, I'll represent you. I went out and did the work about finding those zombie laundromats, and I found it, but it's
Oh,
just
here we
been
go.
running around. I had told her what I wanted.
Facebook.
I
just Googled Cassandra Laundromats. Facebook is the first thing that popped up. Hello, I'm Cassandra. Something to know about me is my husband and I are looking to open a laundromat in the near future, but I don't know where to start. Well, that's not her. What? I'm just trying to figure this out. So is there a website for this person?
No, there isn't. I looked it up and I didn't find anything.
Oh, dude. $1,000 is a lot of money to a lot of people.
Yeah. It is. And like I said, I did the stupid mistake way before I saw your course or the YouTube and all that stuff. So now I'm like, damn, I'm stuck in the middle of shit. Because
sucks.
now it feels like she wants to take. I found the location. The owner's paying month to month. It's a shitty rundown laundromat, and I understand what it means.
Ooh, what happened? Why am I hearing beeps? What the heck? I don't know what's going on. I think that's call me back. That was weird. That was on my phone, I think. Here we go. That was weird.
Sorry
All right,
about that, then.
we're back. Did it hang up on you?
It did. It actually did.
I don't want to harp on this, but people want to hear the button. You know what the button says? Fake Guru. The fake guru button. Bro,
Correct.
I've never even heard that
Correct.
name. You know, if anybody knows who this Cassandra is and she's taken money from you, and at the end of the day, so you found her on Facebook, and if you could email me a little more detail later if you find it. I've got to call a landlord here live before it gets too late in the afternoon on the East Coast. But I also want to say it really churns my stomach when I hear about this type of thing, because what was the arrangement? And I'm not picking on you. You know, you were looking for information, and she wanted to take your money. How did you pay her? Like, what's Venmo or something?
I sold it.
Sorry? Zelle. Okay. So you Zelle her $1,000 and she calls you on WhatsApp. And what was your question? What did you want to know?
Well, I told her what I had found, and if she could, I wasn't scared of the landlord itself. What I was more scared of, it's all the legal that comes with it. So I had told her if she could help me negotiate the place that I had found a free laundromat, and that's where we stood. And like I said, it's been going back and forward. And now she's like, "Oh, well, they want to look at your finances, but they offer it to me, but I don't want to do it because I'm way in New York." But it's been 2 times that she's mentioned that, and every time she tells me, "Oh, I'll call you back because I have some information," like, I don't get a phone call till like 3 weeks later until I have to call her and ask her, like, "Hey, did you get the information? What do you need? What do you want me to do?" So it just felt like I'm getting run around.
Okay. So you're in California and she says, what about, I'm confused. She said that the distributor is going to ask you for financials, or the landlord?
No, the landlord itself that wants you to ask me for financial.
So she was saying that she would communicate with the landlord or the landlord's agent on your behalf?
Yes.
Okay. And you weren't listening to these conversations. You were not privy to these conversations.
No, that's fine.
Do you think she called the landlord's agent?
It sounds like yes, but it also sounds like I said that she's trying to take it for herself instead of negotiating for me.
No,
She
no, no.
mentioned
Do
it's like, oh,
you have a contract with her?
no, I don't.
Okay. So you lost $1,000. I'd be interested only because, look, these people come and go. I hear about them all the time. Hey, Zelle me $1,000 and I'll call the landlord for you. And then she made one call, or she didn't. Who knows? You weren't listening to it. You realize that my clients listen to every single call that I make.
Correct. That's why it sounded easy, and that's why I was like, oh, I need to call him. After I saw the course and everything, I'm like, damn, my stupid mistake.
Yeah.
Rookie mistake, actually.
I give out my cell phone number on day one to my clients, okay? So you know which button to press. Hit the consultation button.
Okay, I will.
You'll have my phone number. You and I can talk today, okay? I don't need to look at my calendar. I've got a few more calls to make today. I'll light a cigar and we'll bullshit. Now, I'm only saying this to you because we have had a conversation, Jonathan, and my consultations are a vetting process. I want to make sure that you're not a loon, like I said. I want to make sure that you're not a 20-year-old girl who happens to be pregnant living in her parents' basement and wants a free laundromat. That's not what you need. My middle daughter's 20. I'm not going to put someone in that position and take their money. Caveat emptor. Do you speak Latin?
No, I don't.
Well, you still know what caveat emptor means.
Honestly, no, I don't.
Buyer beware, right? And that's how scumbag, fake guru. That's how these fake gurus get away with it. If somebody's willing to sell me $1,000, boom, that's my money. I don't have to tell you what I'm doing with it. I don't have to provide you. And a number on WhatsApp is not a real number. She tells you she's in New York. In WhatsApp, you type in whatever number you want. When someone pays me for a consult, they literally get my cell phone number.
Yeah.
I see Marcus is on here. Marcus, text me. Here's a code for you, Marcus. We'll have some fun. Text me right now, Marcus. 45213. Just text that to me. My cell phone. There it is. 45213. Thank you, Marcus. Do you think if you were a consultant, you had dozens and dozens and hundreds of clients, that you would not give them your cell phone number? That's wrong thinking. It's messed up. Why shouldn't I be able to pick up my phone when I'm at the local shooting range, or I'm at, I don't know, out with friends, out with dinner with my family, and go, oh, that's Marcus. He's got a very, very important question about his laundromat lease. There it is, by the way. Thank you, Marcus. This just happens to, and what am I trying to prove? Nothing. I'm just showing you that you're minutes away from having my cell phone number, the one and only. I'm not going to WhatsApp you. And I feel bad, but you learned a valuable lesson for $1,000, right?
Yeah, very.
I charge less than that. I'm careful about pricing because I might say this and somebody will see this video. I'll still be on YouTube in 5 years, right? But I charge less than that, and you get my telephone number for life with no time limits. Okay? Silly.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah, I saw that.
I built an empire. You're watching me call landlords live. And now this Cassandra person is on notice. Please find her Facebook page for me and send it to me. I'm not going to do the research, but just send it to me. I'm not going to go call the cops. I just want to know. I want to know who every one of these fake guru, I want to know who they are. When you said she, I figured it must be that other person that I mentioned because I know what she does. By the way, Cassandra, if you're watching this or someone tells you about this or you hear it through the grapevine, send me an email, Danny@freelaundromat.com. Let's put you on the channel. Wouldn't that be fun, Jonathan? Yeah, he's laughing already. Yeah.
I tell you, I like your style, man.
Stick up for yourself, Cassandra. Not going to call her names. I don't know what she does or what her background is. Probably a distributor. Probably sells laundromats. Probably a broker. All right, Jonathan, you got your marching orders, buddy. Get yourself a headhunter, get a better job, more money. Nobody at corporate's going to give a shiz. And let's get on the phone.
So email you, and then we
No, don't email me. Just hit the button in the course. It says consultation. It's hard to find because inside the course, I don't shove it down your throat. You know, I'm not all about, somebody said generic t-shirt. Hey man, this is I got this at Nordstrom, so don't call it generic. Sorry, change the subject. My son is on here, Laundromat boy. Yeah, you can email me if you want, but I know it's a pain in the neck to go find the course and find. It's like the last course video. There's a little tiny button. You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just hit the button, dude.
All right, I will.
All right.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Later.
it.
Appreciate you. This has been a bit of a whirlwind, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. I'm not going anywhere, so don't hang up. Thank you, Marcus, for sending me that text with a number on it. Let's call a landlord.
Hello.
Hi.
What up, Danny?
You're up. I figured I might as well Europe. Go to Europe. All right, give me the lowdown. What are we doing? Where are we at?
If you don't want to call that guy, you don't have to. I was just telling.
I'm gonna call the guy.
You know what I mean?
Why would I not want to call him?
Because he got upset yesterday.
I got upset. First of all, I wasn't upset. You're not my girlfriend. You're not my wife. Those things are mutually exclusive. Since you want to bring it up, we're live right now, and I don't chastise people. I don't want to call you up when I've got 2 or 3 dozen clients waiting to make calls, and you start spewing, "Don't get mad at me." Why would I be?
Because I spoke with him.
You spoke with the landlord. Okay, that's your style. You want to talk with the landlord. Why does that hurt you?
Because that ruins your negotiating.
It doesn't matter what you say next. You either say, "Well, it really doesn't," and you want to fight with me, fine, you can argue with me. I have some clients that have a huge background in negotiating. There's that word. All right, so they have done it. They still tell me, "You know what, I know enough that I know that I don't know enough about laundromats," because you're not talking people off of buildings. You're not telling people not to jump. You're telling them to go ahead and jump, that you don't care. You're not a police negotiator. You're saying, and by the way, you know, in professional police negotiations, if some girl at the police station gets on the telephone and starts talking to a jumper or a bomber, you know what they do? They keep her on the phone with the bad guy or the good guy trying to jump. They do that. You know why? Because something psychological about every negotiation, I'm going to leave the button out of this, something psychological exists. They want familiarity. Okay? Familiarity. Just like any relationship. You're nervous when you first kiss that girl at the bar. My God, she's beautiful. Okay, maybe she'll become your wife. Maybe it'll become easy, but better in many ways. More familiar. And the one thing that we know in negotiations is it's one person. There are so many reasons I tell my clients not to talk to these landlords. You couldn't even begin to imagine. Number one, Why in the hell did you stop talking to them? Why did you have to stop talking to them? He's wondering, isn't he, psychologically, why did I have to stop talking with that guy? Why is this guy coming in? He must be a ringer. Nobody wants a ringer. You've been playing softball with the same team of 8 guys, drunken Sunday afternoons for 20 years, and all of a sudden somebody says, hey, I bet you $1,000 we win this week, and somebody shows up with his 17-year-old college son. Wait a minute. It's a ringer. Money's off the table. No, thank you. I'm not doing that anymore. You're not going to win that bet. You're trying to screw your friends. No one likes that. That's just one of the myriad of reasons why we don't talk to the landlord. Now you, I know this, I can put words in your mouth. You're a certain type of guy, okay? You want to make the calls. You want to talk to them. You want to feel them out. It's not good. It's just not good. Now I have to pick up the pieces and call up and say, hey, yeah, you remember my friend? And what's funny is most of the time they say, no, don't remember him. Who? You're not on the forefront of their mind, nor am I. Doesn't matter to them. These are slumlords. By the nature of the business, most landlords or agents that have laundromats in the space, they're not dealing with 3 tenants, which is Walmart, PetSmart, and Kmart. It's usually nail salon, Chinese restaurant, and laundromat. And there's a certain way to handle that. So please, you called him and said, well, first of all, you wrote, I seen this listed about saw. I saw this listed on Facebook Marketplace. I asked for the person's number, ended up being the owner operator. Oh God. You mean landlord operator, right?
Uh-huh.
That's the first store on the list, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he owns the building and runs the laundromat, correct?
Correct.
Okay. On Facebook Marketplace, so what's he selling?
Just trying to sell a laundromat.
How much?
Well, it's $100K.
$100,000 for the laundromat. And he also runs and operates the restaurant. Okay. What did you say? Now, come on. You said, I'm going to have my partner call, and you just jumped off the phone, parachuted out of the deal. What did you really say? What am I in for here?
So we ended at 2,800 square feet. He wanted 2,000 a month. But that was with him.
But why didn't you write any of this down?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'll write it down right now. But anyways, so he wanted 2,000 a month. It's 2,800 square feet. But that was with the expectations of receiving 100K. And I told him no to the 100K. Then he was like, well, in that case, I could do 3,000. I was trying to bring him down, and then I realized that he was saying 3,000, including him covering all triple nets. And then I was like, okay, but then he got weird because he wanted something up front because he was trying to tell me, oh, well, I put the infrastructure in. He built this place out. I was like, well, it's your building.
That is different. That's different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You left that out. He's not only the landlord operator, he's the builder. He's Bob the builder. That's different.
Yeah.
I'll give that to him. You can't leave these things out.
Yeah.
His argument is, I want $100,000 because I built it. Keep going.
Yeah.
Come on. I need bullet points. It got weird. Okay, go ahead.
Here too, because then he was like, he doesn't want monthly rent. He wants annual rent. And I was like, well,
He wants all the rent for the year up front.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Because I feel like he just wants some money up front. That's
No. Why? You have 3 choices. You can tell me what I'm thinking, which is true. You can say what you just said, which is no idea. Or you can say something silly like he wants some money. Why does he want the rent in a year in advance?
Has he got a loan?
Nope. I like
No
your
idea.
first answer.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Enlighten me.
That's fair. He doesn't believe in this laundromat. He doesn't believe in the business itself. He doesn't understand. You spoke to him And instead of doing what I do, and the reason that you hired me is to zig when they zag, instead of doing that, you said, I'm not going to give you $100,000. That's immediately turning a spigot off. You're immediately saying, you never negotiate there by saying no. You don't negotiate by saying no. You explain to them why they're wrong. He wants a year's payment of rent in advance because he himself doesn't believe in this business. You want to bet I can get him to admit that? Of course I can. You want $100,000 down because you think that the next operator is going to fail the way that you did. Can't say that. I'm saying that to you. He doesn't want to hear that. He doesn't want to get angry. At some point, you can push someone so far that they start looking past you at the next potential client, buyer, girlfriend, one-night stand, or tenant. You understand? Hey, I got a really good spot here at the bar. Not easy to get. I'm going to sit here and wait for the women to come to me. That doesn't work. Works for women. Men come. Yeah, you're kind of funny looking. They're starting to look past you. All right. Yeah, you can buy me a drink. F you. I'm not going to spend $19 on a drink. Have a nice night. This guy, I'm not going to push him so far that he's looking past me. But you already made a huge mistake by talking to him and not having any idea what to say. And I'm not chastising you. I'm speaking to the choir here. Forget about the fact that I hung up on you and you called me 43 times like a girl. Sorry, not like a girl, like an angry girlfriend. I'm on the phone, dude. That is insane to me. I'm on the phone with other clients. Do you think I water ski all day long?
Well, one, I was pissed because it was our
You were
time slot
pissed.
and
Well,
you
go
hung up
get
on my
pissed.
face.
Go get pissed,
Right,
as
that's
the
why.
English do. Go get drunk. I told you, stop calling these landlords, and you cooled off, and today you said, I'm not your friend. I don't claim to be anyone's friend. If you were my friend, I could count you on one hand. You're a client. And you know, since we started working together, I have changed my client Bible, right? You start communicating with landlords, I won't talk to that landlord. But I know that you didn't sign that particular agreement, so I got to play a game with you. I'll let you off the hook. Is it a good thing you called him and talked to him about this?
Is it a good thing?
Why would you repeat the question?
I'm
That's
just
a
confirming
form
the
of
question.
psychology now. Why are you trying to give yourself time to come up with a better answer? Is it a good thing that you talked to him at this point?
I don't
Let me give you your answer. No.
find out.
It's a yes or no question, Senator.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't find out. It's a bad thing because your quote unquote partner is the ringer, which I've already explained. Expect a phone call from a 480 number. Did you give him my whole entire phone number?
Eventually did, yeah. He
Okay,
called you
good.
back.
Then why didn't you write that here? He didn't call me.
That was
He didn't
before I was
text me.
driving.
He didn't write me. He wants 100. Okay, here's the headline. This man wants $100,000 for the business or plus, here we go. Here's the headline, the bullet point. 100K plus, follow it home, kids. We're going to call this guy, plus $2,800 a month, right?
No.
No, it's 2,800 square feet.
Yeah, that's when he wants. If he was going to be
2,000.
receiving 100K.
Good God, I don't need full sentences. 2,000, right? Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Pretty good. It's less than $12 a square feet. 100,000 plus $2K monthly. See how easy this is? For 2,800 square feet. Next bullet point, he got weird because He built it. Okay? With his own hands. See, because I have
Bare
fun.
hands.
I have fun with people. He says he built it, I'll go with your own hands. I'll wait for an answer. My son and I did it. You dug the ditches and the trenches and you sweat fitted the pipes. Sweat fitting is something that, I know you like to work with your hands. A lot of people don't know how to do it. He'll probably just hem, haw, haw, haw. Or he'll say, yeah, I sweat fitted those goddamn pipes. He wants a year in advance rent. Okay, sure, I'll give you $2,000 a month. Do you have that? Can you give him $2,000 a month?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that takes that off the table. That removes that. But why does he want it? He wants it because he doesn't believe in this business. He wants that money so that he can keep it when you vacate and sell it again to the next sucker for $100,000, period. I'm not a mind reader. Stop writing things. I'm putting bullet points. If he doesn't receive. See, that's like a horrible way. No.
Okay.
No.
He wants 3K if there's no 100.
3K, dollar sign.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is why I don't do these things live, because we're going to build all this up. We're going to call this prick up, and he's not going to answer a phone because he didn't save my number. $3,000 a month if no 100K. Where's this guy from? Does he have an accent?
Chaldean.
Indian.
Chaldean.
What? Zaldian? He's from the Zaldies?
Chaldean. It's Iraqi Christian.
Iraqi Christian. Good man. How do you know that? Did he tell you that?
There's a community. Well, no, I know my area.
Why in the fuck did you leave that out of the notes? Okay. Iraqi Christian, you're going to lose a thumb. I got some stories. Him and I could talk. What part of Iraq is he from?
I don't know.
Don't know. So you're not sure. I've got one more important question. Math is math, right? It's finite. There's no way to fudge it.
Correct.
In 600 billion years, the moon is going to crash into Earth. Shit. Start packing. It gets closer by millimeters every year. It's crazy how slow. Fact, it's math. Why do you think it's spinning around us and we're spinning around the sun, right? At such an exacting rate that you can keep track with a fine timepiece. It's insanity.
Mm-hmm.
Math is math. What's his advantage? Is he rightfully having an advantage if he gets $3,000 a month rather than $100K up front? Do you know?
Over the life of the land.
I keep on asking you yes or no questions, and you hem
Yes.
and haw. Yes, it's an advantage to him.
Yes.
How much?
Well, let's see.
1 sec? So you haven't done the math. Maybe it
No, I
isn't
said
an
let's
advantage.
check.
What's the equation? Tell me the equation as you work through it. What is the
80,000.
mathematical equation? Kids at home, if you don't think math is important,
He'd be getting $80,000 extra. It'd be 180 months for 15 years. And then you multiply that by
15 years at 2K per month is how much? Say it.
1 second, I gotta pull it.
Sound
I
like
just did
Donald
the
Trump.
difference.
Say it. Say it. Don't get it wrong.
360.
I'm sorry, it's not 80, it's 60.
360,000, 2K a month for 180 months.
$360,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, 15 years at $3,000 a month is how much?
540.
Damn. See why I tell you kids? Rent is all that matters. Now, here's the fun about doing math. I can say, listen, dude, I'm going to give you $360,000. Period. What do you say? He'll go, yes, absolutely. It's going to take you 15 years to get it. Right? 15 years at 3,000 a month is what? 500 and what?
540.
540.
Mm-hmm.
500, $500,000. See, nobody does this math. Nobody takes the time. Nobody wants to math it out. Nobody wants to grab out their abacus. They just say, oh, all I have to do is sign a lease and I'm going to get a business. I've been on this live for, where do I look at the thing? I don't know. Oh, 2 hours and 10 minutes. Laundromat Boy says, I just realized I'm still paying $12 a square foot gross on my free laundromat back in 2020. Thanks, Dad. I got to get you on the channel. People are chastising you for talking to the landlord. Okay, big deal. Very funny, very funny. Hilarious. What are we missing in this mathematical equation? We're missing the $100,000 up front. So he either gets $360,000. He's a pretty big fuck up. What's his advantage? What's his advantage? What's 360 plus 1? $460,000.
Right.
How do we fix this mathematically? What is fair? If we give him $100,000 a month up front, you see, he can't, it's going to be hard not to have him looking past me to the next girl at the bar with bigger boobs. It's going to be hard because I have hard facts and evidence. But if I do say these things to him and or put it in writing, he can't help himself but to use this information to either try to screw the next guy, not the same equation, try to screw the next business owner, or to realize how wrong that he is. If you give him $100,000 up front as the landlord slash business operator, none of this has anything to do with what he's earning. None of it. Did he talk to you about his earnings? Because there's so much you said that you didn't tell me about. How much is he making?
$2,000 to $3,000 a month.
See, but none of that's in your notes. It's not important. Earning see, if I would have spoken to him, I would have written that the fuck down. You understand? Because you're putting me in a weird spot where now I don't know that he told you that. Once someone tells you they're making $2,000 to $3,000 a month, what do you do with that information? Do you believe it?
Yeah, I would believe
I keep
that.
asking you yes or no questions. Do you believe it?
Yes.
Yes. You take people for their word. That's how you, there's that word, negotiate. You take them for their word. Later, you might take them to task. Later, you might say, I'd like to see your earnings. Oh, well, I don't bring it to the bank, it's cash. So you spend $2,000 to $3,000 a month on booze and baklava? Good for you. That's an Iraqi joke.
It's called baklava.
He's a Christian. Baklava. He's a Christian, so that means he does drink. Ah, see? I read the Quran. So, that takes a bit of wind out of our sails, right? He did mention that. He's lying. $2,000 to $3,000 a month means $1,000. 15 years, if you give him $100,000 up front, that means that he is charging you only $2,000 a month, which is $360,000, which equals $460K. Now, what's the mathematical equation I need now? What is it?
What'd you say? I missed
What is it? What is $540,000 minus $460,000?
480.
That equals $80,000. Now, what is $80,000 minus 540?
460.
No shit. We're back to 460. Wait, there's an equation I'm missing. So if $460,000 is, in your opinion, a good deal, we need to take the 100K away, right?
Mhm.
He has an $80,000 discrepancy, not a $100,000 discrepancy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just yes or no? Not really,
Yes.
Danny. It's math. He wants $100,000 up front when he should be asking for 80 by his own math. So the discrepancy is really in his favor by how much?
80.
Oh, Jesus, God help me. It's only 20.
20.
If it was a fair playing field, when math is involved, you give him $80,000 up front. We can't complain any longer because we've talked about 20K. We're bandying about money now like it's a joke, which it is. It's a joke. You're not going to give him anything. You already said that. I won't give you anything. How many times have you heard me do math with clients before we get on the phone? We do it because the landlord isn't listening. He's not watching this. Math is finite. Sir, good sir, kind sir. You want $100,000, and on that, with that parameter met, you're going to give me rent for $2,000 a month for 15 years. That equals $460,000. Thank you. Now, if I don't give you the 100K, you'd like $3,000 a month, which is $540,000. The difference between being $80,000, sir, not $100,000, sir. Now he's thinking, oh, very good, he'll give me $80,000. No, but we're giving you nothing. Why are you giving yourself an extra 20K off the top? Because you don't believe in the business. And by the way, what's the capper? I'm going to spend the money on equipment, bro, not on you. The laundromat has had it, not because you built it or because you're funny looking or because you put all that black plastic in front of everything or painted it blue. It's because it has old equipment, period. Damn, Danny, you're right. I despise the buildup. I hate it because it never does anybody any good. He goes by Jamel. And you got his number by running up to him like a little lost squirrel and saying, what's your name and number? How'd you get it?
Messaged him on Facebook.
You messaged him on Facebook. So when he answered the telephone, he thought, well, I got a fish on. I got a guy that wants to give me $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
You think he'd take 50?
Probably.
Man, you're bad at this yes or no question game. Absolutely
Yes.
you would. Absolutely you could have this place for 50. And he would think you're in a negotiation now. I would never, ever tell someone what I'm not going to give them. That is no way to negotiate. You tell them why they are wrong. Make them an ally. Make them understand how their math doesn't math. Ask them questions. Why would I give you $100,000? We haven't even gotten to the lease deposit. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a $100,000 lease deposit. Let's call it that. Okay. He'd say, okay. You know why? Because he wants you to fail. But I get it back in a month. Ha! Let's bring some skin to the game. Here's a $100,000 check. You think this particular individual would give you a $100,000 check back in 30 days? Or do you think he'd lie to you? He'd try to cheat you? What do you think?
Lie.
Lie and cheat. Well, that's terrible.
Yep.
Anytime I don't believe a landlord, I get everything in writing. And I explain politely to people, whether they're my tenant or an adversary, I'm going to use the word lawyer. And I've never said that to you, but once I use the word lawyer, that means it's over. There's no more discussion. My lawyer will take you apart. It might cost me $150,000 to get my $100,000 back. There's two ways to do that in business. Get the lawyer, have the lawyer already retained, and have them start with letters and end with jail time. Or you say, please give me my 100,000 back. It doesn't work. All right, we've got the date already written down. Without further to-do, Jamel it is. Here we go. Stand by. I'm going to call him until he answers. You think he'll think I'm crazy if I call him 17 times?
I think you're pissed.
He'd get pissed?
He would think you are pissed.
He'd think I was pissed. Oh, I don't give a shit who's pissed. Subscribe.
Hello?
Jamel.
Hello?
Jamel.
Yes?
Danny, D'Angelo, you spoke to my partner Yusuf in reference to the laundromat there.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
I don't know, like he called, like he was supposed to meet on like last Friday and he didn't call me, and then he called me like yesterday, I think, and I was at work, I was gonna give him a call back today.
Okay, don't worry about any of that. I prefer to go forward, not back. I have a couple laundries. Yusuf and I are looking to build out a few more together. And at the end of the day, this may make a lot of sense for us, and we can move forward, landlord/tenant relationship for a very long time. Or maybe it doesn't work at all and we part as friends, or maybe later we end up doing the same thing. I've got a plan, you've got a plan. What you said you were at work. What do you do for a living?
So I'm I do a truck driving.
Oh, good. Local, or are you over the road?
No, I go over the road.
Well, that is going to end up, you're going to be really fat from all those, what do they call them, truck stops, and not make a lot of money. You got to get out of that. Got to get out of that job. You know that.
Yeah, I know, man. I know.
I'll give you some advice.
It's not a job like that you should stay in it, for a long time.
Well, unless you own a dozen trucks, anything you do for a living, you've got a bunch of people that are making money from you, right? And those are the bosses. And if you can figure out how to be the boss of all bosses, well, you got it figured out. Don't forget, Amazon is not. That's not a retailer. Amazon is a huge trucking company. Amazon is just the same way McDonald's makes their own ketchup. They said, well, Jesus, we're giving a bunch of money to Heinz every year. Let's not do that. Let me talk about this deal. You're a young man. You told Yusuf you built this laundromat. Did you build it?
No, I bought the building. Was already a laundromat in it and a restaurant.
Oh, okay. And
and it's been a laundromat for like more than 30 years.
That I know. I am
Yeah.
aware of. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it's been there. I bought it as is. Like it was like already a laundromat. But I opened it back up. I fixed all the machine and
Nice.
I fixed a couple of stuff. It was like a couple water leak here and there.
Of course. Oh, I could tell you
like
all
how
of
it
it.
is.
When was the last time that you had a professional pump truck come out and clean the wet lint trap?
Like you're talking the thing in the sewer?
The wet lint trap. So
Thing
every
that comes out of the clothes, and it goes to the drain.
every laundromat that is properly built, and you didn't build this one, so you're going to have a lint trap, all right? So the city, we have lint from dryers. We all know about the dryer lint. The dryer lint is dry, right? But did you know there's even more lint that comes out of the clothes from the washers? And that lint is wet lint. And the city, no matter where you're at, in Iowa, Arizona, or Michigan, the city and state, they don't want that wet lint into their drains. It ruins the drains. It turns them into concrete. So
Right.
you have a huge wet lint trap. And Yusuf can tell me where it is. Usually, it's the size of a manhole cover. It might be in the back room in the concrete, or normally it's outside. You notice how a laundromat is always on the end of a building, never in the center of the building. It's always the end cap because the water flows through all of the other businesses, then through the laundromat, then through the wet lint trap. So they're pretty easy to find. But your answer is very telling to me. If you haven't had it cleaned out every 3 months since you've owned the building, you've got a problem. And it's no big deal. It can be cleaned out. Sometimes you need a jackhammer. Most of the time, you just need that poopy truck to come out, and they throw a hose into the wet lint trap and they suck it all out.
No, I do clean the drain every.
Not the drain.
Every like.
Not the drain, Jamel. It's the wet lint trap. It's about the size of a kiddie pool or larger. It's going to be in the ground underneath a manhole. And that is something needs to be done. Your drains back up in the store occasionally when you've got a lot of folks in there using soap?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Good. Well, we'll talk about it. Yusuf tells me that you want to sell this business in one of two ways. You want to get some cash up front, or you want to end up, but this is about you, as you can tell. I'm talking about you and what's best, obviously, for me, my customers first, and then you.
Right.
So in order to serve the customer, I need new equipment. I'm not interested in your equipment, no offense. I am excited that this is a laundromat, or we wouldn't be having this discussion, right? I don't build laundromats any more than I buy laundromats. I don't want to buy it. I've done this 36 times, and at the end of the day, I want to hand you a rent check. I don't want you to concern yourself with whether or not this place runs properly, because that is my job. Taking care of security. Do you run the restaurant, or your family does?
No, I rent it. I'm renting.
You
it
lease
to
it out.
people, too.
You lease it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yusuf was confused about a couple of things, and I just don't mind asking. I thought maybe, geez, if you're an over-the-road truck driver, it's going to be hard to run a restaurant unless that's your wife's full-time job.
No, I will never, I don't like this job, man. I like working at a restaurant. I will never do it. I don't like restaurant.
Yeah, we've all done that. I've done that.
But I don't like the work.
Where's your accent from? Where are you from originally?
From Iraq.
When did you get out?
I came here back in 2015.
Oh, dude. We might have run into each other. I left in 1996.
Where?
Last time I was there.
Oh, well, what's your nationality?
I'm not Iraqi. I was wearing a U.S. flag, brother.
Oh.
I was in the Navy, but that's a different story.
Okay.
Different story for another day.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, I got what you're saying.
First of all, I applaud you. You're a young man. You've got the building, and
Right.
I want to run a very successful laundromat. Period. End of story. By giving you $100,000, which is the way Yusuf found you on Facebook Marketplace, I'm cutting my own throat. I need to spend money on equipment. You know that, running it. You know exactly what it needs. It needs new equipment. So in a store that's 3,000 square feet, I'll easily spend $300 per square foot on just washers and dryers. So now my debt service is close to $500,000. That doesn't scare me. But guess what? Your restaurant will do better. My laundromat will do better, obviously. And we're going to light that parking lot. There's going to be no more homeless people hanging out. We're going to change the outlook of the place. And you no longer have to concern yourself with the laundry. That's a side benefit. However,
the restaurant it's closed. They're not open for public though.
Oh no. So private events.
They're making it. Yeah, they're making it. They just make cakes and stuff there.
Oh, okay. A bakery.
Like a bakery.
Understood. Yeah, I've got some. I have a place in Michigan, and I also have a house in Arizona. And there's this weird little place that makes Jewish delicacies only 1 month out of the year. I always wonder how they stay alive. They must own the building. Seems weird to me.
Right.
Anyway, on to bigger and better. Look, we can survive at 80 cents a square foot in a laundromat. Now, I'm not going to ask you about your income. I'm not going to ask you how much you've made in that laundry since you've been running it, because that's not what we're talking about. I'm not interested in buying it. I'm interested in making you a landlord. I'm interested in giving you a rent check that makes sense. So that at $2,000 a month, I can't pay that from day one because I'm doing what? I'm spending $7,000 a month on equipment on day one. I'm bringing my distributors in, Hips, Speed Queen, Wascomat, American Dryer, Dexter. Bro, I don't know if you, I'm not asking, I don't know if you owe money to the bank for this building that you bought. I don't know how it's doing for you. That's your business. I own commercial space myself, and I know I've got some buildings that are amazing. They make me money, but most of them don't. Most of them, I'm constantly dealing with tenant headaches. I'm constantly dealing with my apartment managers, and I'm dealing with people who want to run a business that makes no sense, right? You're not going to make it. I know they're not going to make it. And I don't take their down payment and take their monthly rent and make them fail. I just tell them, that's a terrible business idea. Don't do it. do it somewhere else. I know laundries. I want to come in, sign a long-term lease.
Laundries now?
Sorry?
Laundries now, they're running?
36 locations. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I thought Yusuf told you that.
No, he didn't tell me. Like, he was just looking around, you know, and he was talking about like a couple different things, and then he just left. He wasn't here, and I wasn't here, you know.
Right.
We didn't even have, like, we couldn't even talk, you know.
Right.
We were supposed to meet up.
Right. Well, now we're going back in time. Look, I'm going to ask you one question. On a 15-year term, I need 15 years because I'm retooling my stores every 7. Every 7 years, my tax benefits run out. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you how to run this place better yourself. You know, Jamel, that you could go bring in a distributor, spend the money on the equipment, and make money in this store. But then you'll be the one in there collecting the coin. You'll be the one dealing with the employees. You know that. You know that.
Because it's a service that everybody needs it. And even now, I'm leaving it with those machines that I have. I see it, like, I have people, you know, walking.
Oh, of course.
Coming, you know, like,
Of course.
I already have customers. You know?
Absolutely.
I don't have any problem with the place, you know, if it's gonna get sold or not, because
Jamel,
they're
every
already, like,
time.
paying the bills, you know.
Right,
That's
right.
the
Every
most
time I
important.
take over a store through this non-hostile method, every time I'm involved in the retool, I'm personally involved getting my hands dirty when we bring the new equipment in. It's an exciting moment, right? And when I'm in there, there's always customers coming in with laundry baskets brimming with dirty clothes, looking around, wondering what's happening, and we leave equipment for them to use. I intend to keep the place open. I don't want to shut it down. I don't want them to find another service center where they're going to go do the laundry. All right, so to the chase. I like your style. I appreciate you. We want to lease this place, all right? We can survive at $2,000 a month. We need some rent abatement.
I honestly like that's too far. Like, if I want to rent it as just like, because I'm already making that amount of money right now.
Okay, good.
So if I wanna like rent it, so I need at least like 3,000 a month. You know, like $100 a day. That's how I start.
Wait.
That's how I start.
Wait. Let me stop you. Before you get too deep, you're missing something. You're already making $2,000 a month. I'll give that to you. I believe you. There's no reason for you to lie. The moment we sign a lease and you get $2,000 a month, you're doing nothing. You're an over-road truck driver. Your bread and butter comes from exchanging your time for money. I'm giving you the opportunity to be a landlord.
I'm still doing nothing. I have a guy who lives next to the place. He's the one who fixed the machine.
What do you pay
I have
him?
a guy who comes. Huh?
What do you pay him?
He fixed all the machine. I'll pay him like $500, $600. He doesn't charge me a lot. He's an old man and he loves the place.
Okay.
There's a lot
Jamel,
of people.
I'm way ahead of you. Jamel, I'm way ahead of you. That's $600 you won't have to spend. Who collects the coin? You do. Okay. You won't have to do that. Your time is more valuable than anything on, hold on. Your time is more valuable than anything on earth. I'm not saying you're the Pope. I'm not saying you're a president. I'm not saying you're a senator. I'm saying that the Pope, the president, and the senator, and Jamel's time is worth the same. You only have a certain amount of hours, years, decades left on this planet. Okay? So
Right.
you've got to get out of that truck driver deal before you're fat and unhappy. You've got to stop working in this laundromat by collecting the coin. So I've given you something, $600 a month. I'm not going to go through everything. I know what it costs. You're not spending money on the lint traps. You would no longer be going in there and concerning yourself. How often is it?
You said you don't want to buy the business.
Correct.
You don't want to. You just want to run.
Correct.
So whatever. If you work in the beginning, if you don't work, like that's on you, because that's your business. You know, I'm gonna be.
No. I didn't
landlord,
say
so-
that I didn't work. I have too many laundromats to work in any one single
I
laundromat.
know.
There's no possible way to be Jeff Bezos and still drive a truck. He's busy. You know what I mean? I'm picking on Jeff Bezos here, but when you get to a point, you don't have to sit on your yacht all day in order to have a good life.
Honestly, Don. Yeah.
I work my
sorry,
ass
like,
off. So what
Yeah.
are you looking to get? I'm confused. What do you want to get from a tenant?
I want to get like, I'm trying to sell the business for 100,000, which is it's a really good deal. No, you can't even see a laundromat now, like even for sale. Like even if you want to.
Jamel.
Let me just.
No, I don't want you to get too deep. Businesses are bought and sold based on what? Because you and I both know it's not worth $100,000. Businesses are bought and sold based on what?
Okay, but if you're trying to
Businesses are bought and sold
is it gonna
based
cost
on
you?
what? Let's see if you know.
Yeah, like people here, I know what people. here, they
Businesses
think
are
about,
bought and sold
like,
based
about
on what?
income, about stuff,
Based on what?
about like
One
revenue
word.
and stuff.
One word.
What is it?
Okay, you have to give me an answer. Either tell me the answer or say you don't know. Businesses are bought and sold based
Right.
on profit, not equipment, not which corner it's on or how many people drive by every day. This isn't Google, okay? So you are saying that you want to sell the business. Now, what's your price? How much?
100,000 for
Okay.
for
All
like,
right,
all the business and all the machines.
it's a math question. $100,000. Now you sell it for $100,000, and how much is my monthly rent?
2,000
And so now I get the $2,000 a month rent. Okay. So
for 5 years. Yeah.
okay, obviously we've got increases. All right. So I want you to understand how fractured your math really is in your mind, not my mind. So if you have $100,000 you've taken from someone, do you expect that tenant, listen carefully, do you expect that new tenant to run the business the way that it is? Yes or no?
Honestly, like
Yes or no?
whoever, like, just say what is your
Yes.
question again?
If I give you $100,000 upfront and my
Okay.
rent is $2,000 per month, do you expect me to run the business the way it's being run now?
no,
No.
no, like honestly, that's
Jamel,
I don't know what to
Jamel,
say.
there is your answer, brother. You said
That
it.
depends. That
You're
depends
hold on.
you.
It doesn't
Like, if
depend on anything.
you have
If
money-
I give you $100,000 and my rent is $2,000 per month, do you know the difference? You don't pay rent. Now I've given you $100,000. You are the landlord. I am the tenant. And I give you $2,000 a month. That's my profit gone. You admitted you make $2,000 a month. That's not rent. If you were making $4,000 a month, you could pay someone $2,000 a month in rent, and your wife could work there. But I'm going off on a tangent. Jamel, you
I
just
know, but
answered
then-
your own question. There's no buts, but I'll let you have a rebuttal. What?
I know, Dan, but like that depends on the person, you know. Like for me right now, I'm not there all the time, you know.
So you
that's-
want me
that's
to go
only
in
from
there and
walking
work
people.
80 hours a week? What am I worth?
No.
Jamel,
No, like
What am I
it's
worth?
different. It's different.
what am I worth?
Different between, you can have somebody there, you know, like only for the drop-off service, you know, people how much they
And that's
charge,
supposed to be
like, that's-
me? Dude, your entire,
I'm not
this
saying
whole
it's
thing
supposed
is
to be
fun.
you.
You're looking past me. You know why you
No,
want
I'm not
100?
saying you.
Do you know why you want $100,000 from a tenant? Do you even know?
Sorry?
Do you even know why you want 100 grand from a future tenant?
You mean I don't know why? Like, of course.
Do
for a
you
business,
know
right?
why you want $100,000 from a future tenant?
For the business, so he can start up his business.
So you can watch them fail. You don't believe in the business.
Why would I?
You don't
watch them
believe in the
fail? Like,
business. You know what I did? I did some quick math.
why would I watch them fail? Like some people they can be successful. Some people.
Who's
they
going to
can be
succeed?
failed.
The
That
guy that
depends
goes
on
in
the-
there and works and does wash, dry, fold every single day? That poor guy is like you, no offense, driving a truck every day, watching the white line go by. Let's do some math. 15 years, this is all correct because you said it yourself. I just sketched this out. 15 years at $2,000 a month. You know how much that is in your pocket?
Mhm.
How much?
15 years on 2,000.
$2,000 a month for 15 years. How much money do you put in your pocket?
I don't know.
The
I
landlord.
don't know. I didn't. I don't know.
Ballpark.
Honestly.
Any idea how close you are? What's the ballpark?
I have no idea.
Okay. How could you possibly ask me for a rental rate when you don't know? I won't pick on you. 15 years at $2,000 per month is
I'm saying
360.
this for 5 years.
It's
But
360.
that's what
I'm saying, I'm telling you, math. 15 years at $2,000 a month, that's $360,000, my friend. Okay? 15 years at $3,000 a month, 360. 360,000 at $2,000. Got it? Is that in your head?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
15 years
360,000.
at 2,000 a month is 360,000. When you go to 15 years at 3,000 a month, you're bumping it up to $540,000. That makes no sense. None. Now let's go further. Let's say that 15 years at $2,000 a month and I do give you $100,000 up front, right? That's easy math. That's $460,000. So why the disparity between $460,000 and $540,000? That doesn't make sense. That's not a $100,000 disparity. That's an $80,000 disparity. So you're giving yourself a $20,000 leg up. None of it makes sense. You didn't do the math. Now, I hate when people do math against me. I love when I do math that makes sense. And you know what math is? It's finite. 1 and 1 will always be 2, brother, no matter if you speak Iraqi, salam alaikum. English or poor English. I'm from New York. Your math is, here's the thing. You need to realize in your heart,
What's your deal? Okay, let's.
go ahead.
I like. What's the deal? Tell me. Like, tell me something that makes sense. For
Absolutely.
You and
I'm going to
I'll
sign
see
a
if it makes
15.
sense for
Sure.
me and-
I'm going to sign a 15-year lease. I'm going to light that parking lot at night. I'm going to change the signage. I'm going to come in there, rent abatement aside, whatever we agree upon.
You can do whatever you want.
Sure, of course.
That's on you.
No, run a successful laundromat. Right?
That's on you. You can do change the sign.
Jamal,
you
don't
can run it.
don't tell me what I know. I know that. It's going to cost me money.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not going to be $100,000 out of
pocket.
pocket to begin
Even
with.
the air that we breathe here in America, it's for money, not like in Iraq.
I agree. But I did appreciate 25 cents a gallon for gas. That I will never forget.
Where over there?
Yeah, you know that. You were a kid though.
Yeah, I was a little when our country got invaded, I was like
Invaded? How dare you? Who invaded? You mean the Russians?
no, it's got invaded, honestly. Because we don't believe we don't believe, we believe like only people who from our country, like who they supposed to come to our country,
Of
and
course.
you know that.
I
You
know,
how
I
Iraqi
understand.
people are. We don't like any other people from other places, like to come and they can. We don't listen to.
You're certainly not as stubborn as the Afghanis. That's for sure.
nobody.
All right, listen to me. Listen,
see, even
listen. I've
yeah.
taken too much of your time.
No,
I'm gonna-
that's
I'm gonna put together-
I like talking to you, man. You're very, very intelligent, honestly. And I feel like I'm not even wasting time with you. I'm
Oh,
not,
I know
like,
that. I was just being facetious. I'm saying I'm wasting my time. Listen, I would love to sign a lease with you. I'd love to change the outlook of your center. if you want to sell this place in 6 years or even 2 or 3, you're going to have a beautiful, bright, shiny laundromat with a full parking lot. If you want to get rid of that restaurant that is really not kind of open and end up with another restaurant, if they're month-to-month lease or whatever the case may be, you can't do that now. You do that once you have a thriving anchor tenant. And an anchor tenant could be a national chain or a Walmart or a laundromat, as long as they're doing it right. Imagine if that was a Mexican restaurant next door and they had the best, I don't know, enchiladas in the world. Boom, you'd have a full parking lot. And we would be fighting over the parking spaces. But that's not the case now. I intend that to be the case in the future. I'll also ask for a first right of refusal to buy your strip mall, because I don't ever want to be surprised when the landlord sells the space. Now, I might not want to buy it. I'm certainly not buying now. That's why I want to rent. I don't want to talk about the purchase. My partner and I signed this lease, but you've got to get that $100,000 out of your head, my friend. You've got too much of a disparity in the math, and the math can't lie. And I'm not going to ask you now. If you say, yeah, that does kind of make sense. $100,000 and $2,000, I'm not going to repeat myself. But I couldn't pay what you are earning now if I was a renter. Done. End of story. So the money you're making with your time and your $600 a month for the guy that fixes things, et cetera, that all goes out the window. And you truly have another hands off. Hey, I have real estate. You know what it is? Every bit of it, hands off. I might have to pay somebody, but I'm not in there fixing the toilets. And that's the only way I can own as much property as I do. The only way. So once you make the decision, I'm going to own this, and this. I can't work there. Even if I wanted to, I'd run myself ragged. Far, far too many Americans have small businesses. Maybe they're a plumber. Oh, I can only do 3 jobs a day. Man, you could do 10 jobs a day if you hired someone, but they're afraid. They're scared to do that. I'm not going to go into what I do or how I run my laundromats unless you say to me, you know what, Danny, I want you to mentor me. Well, you can't afford that. There's no way. Because I don't want to tell people how to run laundromats. I want to talk to landlords like you. And if you hadn't run this place and weren't running it, and it was shuttered, we wouldn't be having this discussion. Do you want me to send listen, do you want me to send you a letter of intent regarding this lease, or do you want to wait and see if your Facebook marketplace runs? Because if someone buys this for $100,000, you're going to be kicking them out in 6 months. You know that.
Okay, so then what's your deal? You know, like, just leave everything, you know, like what's your deal? You know, so I can know, you know, like.
$2,000 is starting rate of rent with 3% increases. I need 6 months of rent abatement. I'm not going to ask you for 12 months free so that I can get to 18. I'm not going to ask you for 18 so I can get to 6. I need 6 months abated rent. You walk away, you hand Yusuf the keys, and we start ordering equipment on day one. I'm going to put all this in writing, every bit of it. How much we're going to spend.
What's my benefit? Like, what's my benefit?
Jesus Christ. We've been talking about nothing but your benefits. Nothing but your benefits.
Like, in the beginning, I handle the key, and then for 6 months, then after that 6 months, I start collecting.
Correct. Your benefit is $360,000, bro. Today, your phone rang and someone offered you $360,000.
Okay, what about if the first year you didn't want it? What's gonna happen?
The first year, what?
Like
I'm going to spend $500,000 on equipment day one, as soon as I can get my distributors in. Hips, Speed Queen, all your buddies who keep coming by and dropping off brochures.
You can take your equipment, you know, if you wanna leave.
Why would I take the equipment? What am I going to do with used laundromat equipment? There's nothing worse. You're a very negative guy.
I'm thinking, I was just trying to think, because
Jamel, you think I'm going to fail without $100,000? What does that make you think about someone that would be willing to give you $100,000? You know they're going to fail. You know they are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want to run another successful laundromat, period. I want to make you a landlord, period. You didn't build this place. You don't have any blood, sweat, and tears. Walk away or don't. I asked you 2 things. Do you want me to send you a proposal or do you want to wait?
No, honestly, Don, let's meet in person if you want. You know, we
I
can
don't.
talk
I
about
can't.
it more.
I'm sorry. I can't. No offense to you. My schedule is such that I will meet you when we sign this lease. But no offense. I don't mean to be offensive. We don't need to meet in person.
I'll wait then. Honestly, like,
Okay,
I'll
good.
Wait, I'll
See
what's
how
going
your
on with me.
see how your Facebook thing goes. God bless you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the time. Save my cell phone.
Yeah, of course.
Bye. That's how you do it, kids. You don't beg. You don't beg.
Yo.
So I don't have to chastise you. He came right out and said, you're a dipshit. He's like, yeah, this guy seems like a real moron. He couldn't put a fucking congruent sentence together, your partner.
Yeah, listen, you know you're good. As I was told you, you're good.
That's why you hired me. You don't need to sit here and kiss my ass. I'm not asking you that. It's not about that. It has nothing.
I'm not.
It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that I do my level best to get every client a good lease. And just now, I dropped a double tsunami on this guy's head, and he knows it. And I'm not going to sit and beg him to lease this space to you. We're going to reach out to him in 30 days exactly, because he won't have sold it. And God forbid he does sell it. The biggest mistake I could make is offer him 10 cents, much less 20,000 or 30,000. Good thing I recorded this, because you can go back and write the notes. But the real highlights are what? He has no idea what he'd be earning over the next 15 years. No idea.
Right.
Never did the math. No clue. He just knows that he wants $100 a day. That was very telling. That was a weird thing, right?
Yeah.
What's $100 a day earn you over 30 days? How much is that?
2,000.
$3,000 a month. There you go. Pretty simple math. How dare he think that he has the right? You see where I was pushing and pushing and pushing? Now, this guy was not going to hang up, nor was he going to start looking past me. He's still not looking past me. That's my equation. He's not looking past us. He's saying, you know what? I do want you as a tenant. But I'm going to keep on trying. I'm not going to beg him to send an LOI. Don't call this guy. Don't write him. Don't pick up the phone if he calls you. If the phone rings in 10 minutes from a blocked line, don't pick up the phone, because he wants to play bad cop, easy cop. Guess which one you are. Don't do it.
Easy.
Don't do it.
I know.
Don't play cop. Please. You make it harder. If you never talk to him, and I just made this call, see, now he's got a guy in you. The worst of it is that you didn't say, no, you just said, I'm not going to give you $100,000. I just explained why. Not only did I do that, I explained to him why he doesn't want it. His mind is spinning right now. Oh, well, maybe we should send a follow-up email and explain everything. He's got it. He's been punched in the gut, and he knows that he's not going to get $100,000 from anyone but a failure. Now, there are people supposedly all over the world that want to go give $100,000 and own a laundromat, okay? So they can start hemorrhaging money. How about the moment when I said, you're making $2,000 a month? What happens when I give you $100,000 and I'm giving you $2,000 a month? I'm out $100,000 and I'm making nothing. Should I run it the way it is? No, you're going to be a better person. Well, my big balls doesn't have anything to do with making more money in a laundromat. There's nothing else to say, nothing else to do. Another lesson to be learned, a lot of these guys will answer the phone at 6:30 at night. He's a truck driver. Did you know that about him? Said he had a job. What's your job? I'll talk to people. I just talk to people. Sound like a young man. A lot of times they'll say, I'm not. I'm 75. Oh, shit. Well, good for you. Find some more stores, buddy.
All right, Danny. Thank you.
What do you do on this store? 30 days. Keep an eye on it.
Gotcha.
Keep
I
an
got you.
eye on it, because if this guy does sell it, you'll see a sign that goes up, say, under new management. Nothing will change. And we'll be here to laugh in 6 months when that person fails. Here endeth the lesson. Boop, boop, boop. I've been sitting in this chair way too long. You guys are terrible at asking questions. This has been probably one of the best videos I've ever made. And I can guarantee you this, it's the longest video I've ever made. So if you're just tuning in, enjoy it. If you're not, remember this. Keep your nose to the grindstone, your hands to yourself, and your eyes on your wallet. Hit the subscribe button right now. When you subscribe, you won't miss these lives. My phone ringing. Later, skaters.